Yo, what is good? My head a very painful. What is good, yo? So, yeah, let's talk Food Wars. I don't have a game to start cooking up stuff. I was thinking about downloading Final Fantasy 15, but even that cooking in that game takes a while because you gotta like eat it, then you gotta sit back down, then you gotta eat it. You know what I mean? But you guys get where I was going with the Food War stuff. I was gonna try to have it looking nice in the background because some people will complain. You're playing code, you're playing killing while talking about eating. Yep, because we're gonna eat these demons. Today we're gonna eat a shield and a sword. I've been looking really forward to seeing more of Food Wars ever since we have lost it to the times, and now that the times have come back full circle to give us more Food War, baby, it's on and popping. I've already remembered a lot of things that are happening. I don't know if there's a lot of people out there that have to go back and rewatch stuff because it's been quite a minute since we've seen anything Food War related. So I'm not surprised if you don't remember a lot that was going on, but we pick right back up where we left off with the overall people trying to take over the school and make it so whenever they're putting out these they're going to be putting out these foods that people should cook, that chefs should cook, and how it should be cooked and how it should look and this and that. And pretty much if you do not follow their recipes and if you do not follow the steps that they're laying out, you will have no room in this world to make food. That's the main goal of this man, and he may be able to pull it off with some of these top chefs that he has on his side, but we do have our main character and the people he has made of the last second on his side, because of course, unlike playing with just, you know, a good way to play it, these guys wanted to go all out and pretty much try to show their fact of, hey, we don't have to even follow the rules. Let's take out some of their people right now and suspend them, right? Like, they literally go suspend multiple people so they can't even get into this in the first place. So now they're gone. And then you have this case of the people they're going against are monsters. Like, they're all top people, and they've all taken the side of, yes, if you don't cook it this way, you shouldn't be cooking at all. And some of them don't really care about that aspect as much as they just care to be on the top and be the head of the food chain, really, or just to keep their positions as the elite because of the hostile takeover of the school when this man, the father of Golden Tongue or God Tongue, when she has her father come through, he pretty much ruins everything just by showing up. And now that he is the principal and stuff, this is the only reason why this stuff's even happening. He used his authority to bring some of the students who actually have power and say what the school does, and he's using them to his advance of getting his agenda out there. So I don't know, it's a really good plot overall for a show that was only about food, that was only about something that, oh, this guy can cook really good, I gotta smash him in with my cooking, like that's all we were really getting with the show. But now we're in a position where they actually feel like they're putting effort to make the plot just as good as the food we see, and that's always a treat in its own. I mean, a lot of people don't even care what the story's about as long as they're seeing some of this ridiculously good looking food and some women and men losing their clothes here and there. That's all they want. That's all they need. But some of us actually want a good story. Some of us want a good plot and all that, and I am in that boat with y'all because it just makes it that much more entertaining and fun to watch when there's actually a conveying story coming with all this. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing what you all are talking about this. I mean, Food War has been gone for, it feels like 3-4 years, man. It feels so long since we've gotten Food War, and now that it's just here abruptly about to take the scene because this animation is so beautiful, this whole story is getting intense, and the one thing I'm looking the most forward to is how they're going to convey who is the last people standing, who are the last people to actually have to deal the final blow to these guys, and make sure they don't even get to a point. Oh, don't change Oliver, stay like that. Yes, we got to not see Oliver's dark side. But we won't know until we see so much more of this show actually coming to realization of the end. Like, what is the end of this show? What is that, if there is an end? I mean, I don't mind having some more One Piece shows out there, give me a show with 1,000 episodes that have all this ridiculous good looking food, and not only that, it had some dope plot to follow behind. The thing I kind of don't like about this aspect of the show is there's certain characters that shouldn't lose, and there's certain characters that should lose because they're not the reason of they're not as interesting as our people that we've been following from day one. Not only that, they feel like they're faces to fill in, and not only are they faces to fill in, they needed bigger names and bigger, heavier hitters than the people that we're already working with that we know aren't even close to Soma's level, let alone Alice's or God Tongue's cousin. There's a lot of people that are much, much higher on the bracket of being expert foodies, and a lot of the people that are just friends and keep the story, with their friendships and helping out the people that we like. Those people are cool and all, but they should never be on this stage to be beating the top elite people, you know what I mean? Unless they continue to work as hard as they've been from season 1 all the way up to wherever we get. They might be better than them, but these chefs that are already at the top are still going to be practicing to get better as well. So it's like a ladder that just keeps growing higher and higher, and every time you get closer to a step that someone else is on, they've already started to ascend 5 more steps that you didn't even know they can get to, so that's kind of what the story's been egging on and pushing forward, and I love that narrative. It's just the fact now that we even seen Soma going against one of these very, very strong contenders and showing that regardless of what he could do, he wasn't a match to win overall, right? He wasn't good enough to beat this guy outright. And because of that, we finally see him losing to somebody who's not his father repeatedly, almost like he was his father, right? So they just put that man on a huge pedestal when it comes down to beating Soma so many times, in fact, that he falls asleep. Like, you know how hard it is for his dad to just get that fool to stop challenging him? He can't get him to stop challenging him because he's still challenging him. You see what I'm saying? It's those types of things that really convey that this character is that good at making ramen and stuff, and it works. But on the flip side of that, you then go, oh, but doesn't that mean he should be able to beat anybody then? Or like, if he loses to anybody in making ramen, which this overall food is not just ramen. It's not like if you don't make ramen, you lose, and that's the set rule. That's how they win against each other. So this is more like, oh, if you make something, you just need to make it with this. Peppers is the guy's fight. That's the ramen guy who beat Soma. There's someone else who has to fight with green tea, and then there's someone else who has to fight with tuna. So I don't know. It's those types of stuff that you just get these weird culinary dishes that they come out with at the end of the day, and hopefully they're entertaining and ridiculously good looking, because that's what a lot of people come here to see. I mean, the only thing I was saying, the worst part about it is this guy who beat Soma, this guy who's great and whatever, it feels almost as if he's meant to lose though, right? Like, he's already won, so he's already done more than enough for our team by winning against these top people. But to then think he's going to continue to win and just take out all these people seems unlikely, right? Because do you think it would mess up the story if our characters that should be taking out some of these people to grow and learn just like how much better they've gotten from practicing and studying and stuff like that to get up to the levels, it would feel better than someone that's already been, what, he was this number 3 seed, and it would make sense that he just starts bopping everybody, but at the same time it would put the other team in a much better standing to beat him and be like, well, now we took out one of your heaviest hitters that shouldn't have even been on your team in the first place, so what are you going to do now, you know? So we'll see how all this plays out. I definitely love me some Food Wars, and can't wait to see it all. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you with some more content today. So look forward to some Fire Force, Dr. Stone, and maybe a Sherlock Holmes show. I don't know. I was thinking about doing Aurora's line though, because at the episode's battle was actually pretty hype. So we'll see how everything plays out. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing one, and peace.